Welcome to Preston Street Primary School here in Edinburgh. Today we have had a fantastic religion and belief roadshow, which is really a fun and interactive way for young people to learn about different religions and beliefs. Today we have had 6 different religions represented here, representing some of the religious diversity that makes Scotland so good. Young people have had a chance to handle artefacts, to ask really difficult questions that they wanted to know the answers to, and it's been a great way also to break down those misconceptions and stereotypes that exist about faith and really start to understand and build that respect for the different religions that we have in Scotland that makes our country so rich and diverse.
So all Muslims, if they can, if it's possible, try and make a journey to Mecca. You know, each faith has like a headquarters, if you want to call it. So for Muslims, the headquarters is in Saudi Arabia.
When do we light these candles?
On Friday.
Friday night to celebrate the Sabbath.
My name is Dharamveer Singh, call me Mr. Singh, and I'm from the Edinburgh Sikh community.
What's this?
This is a zafu. It's a Japanese word for meditation cushions. One of the things about our faith is we tell stories. Can you guess what story this is about?
When the wise men visited Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
Here at Preston Street Primary, we are an inclusive school. We have roughly around 300 children at this school, and it ranges from their nationalities to religions and their creed and their race and the colour of their skin. And I think this fits in with modern Scotland just now. You know, there's so many beliefs and of course non-beliefs. And our children at this school, they don't see a child who's a Muslim, they don't see a child that's a Christian, they see someone as Bob or Jemima. And with a roadshow like this, an event like this, it just consolidates that we need to be inclusive. We shouldn't see religion, we shouldn't see culture, we shouldn't see nationality as differentiating our people. We are all one.
This forehead is a very important part, like pressure point wise, scientifically also very important. So when you're meeting somebody's coming to your house, I would put that on your forehead, almost awakening that part of the brain. And also when I'm doing that, I'm looking into your eyes. So it's a much better connection. We connect at a much deeper level.
One more time.
So it was a very interesting morning. I loved meeting all the children. I think it's so important for them to realize the importance of the unity in diversity, so to say. There's different religions, they have their own differences which make them unique, but also how we are all talking about kindness, being good to each other. And it's so important for them to learn about different religions, that diversity at this young age, so they can celebrate that. And it was just lovely to answer their questions. I need some water now. It was a very lovely, engaging morning, and they all loved. We had some Om chanting, and we put some bindis. We showed them the symbolism of it. It was just a great morning.
Does anybody know about Sikhs? Has anybody seen a Sikh like myself before? You ever seen the turban before? Yeah. So I'm a Amritdhari Sikh, that's someone who practices, who loves his religion. All Sikhs should not cut their hair, so they have long hair, like, and if you're a man, you have a beard. So we don't cut our hair. If we cut our hair, then we're saying to God, oh, you made a mistake, I'm going to change it for you. This is why we don't cut our hair. I think for me, seeing the children happy and meeting like a person like myself is really important. I think that's my mission, is to spread that light of Guru Nanak, saying that I'm a Sikh and this is who we are and we're part of the world as well. And please embrace when you see us that we're good people and we're here to help.
What festival do Christians celebrate when we tell this story? Christmas. So this is the story of Christmas, that's right. So we light the candle, so this is the light of God's love. And here again you can see things we've already talked about. You can see the cross, you can see here's a shell. But here, what do you think that is? Yeah.
A dove.
A dove, that's right. In church, they'll take one of these home and they'll keep them probably all year long. And maybe they'll put it on a wall or a mantelpiece, and they just love them. It's something really Christians really love very much. 3 full hours of talking to the children, listening and responding to them. It's been quite good. What's the value for the church is, I think, possibly trying in an age where people don't necessarily understand an awful lot about religion generally. It's good to have an opportunity just to talk about that and find out what children understand. But I think from the interfaith point of view, it's wonderful to have this occasion. I'm sure the other speakers would say the same, to have an occasion where 5 different faiths can come together and children can learn about each one of them and see that, in a sense, we're happy to be in each other's presence, we're happy to cooperate and work with each other. So I think it's really good to help people to see that faith is a normal part of life. It may not be something that lots of people share in today, but it is a normal part of life that people all over the world and all throughout this country have a faith of one faith or another. And maybe it doesn't matter too much which that is, as long as we take our faith seriously and try to live it out as best we can.
So the whole point of human existence is so one day to work out who you really are. So all these little implements are here to guide you to discovering your true self. I see the tree outside. If you took half the leaves, a third of the leaves off the tree wouldn't die, would it? If you took it out of the earth, it would die, because it needs the... What was in it for me? The interaction with the kids. Basically the experience itself and being able to mix with other faith groups, which is always a good thing, and pass on the message of compassion and kindness.
There's one God, and that the Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger and prophet. Now, all these things are mentioned in the Quran, as well as other prophets. You can get the Quran in Spanish, you can get the Quran in Greek. You see people reading the Quran in Italian, So you've got the original in Arabic, and then it's translated into many, many languages. For example, this is translated into English. Remember, Muslims are not just based in Saudi or Pakistan, they're across the world. Okay? And Muslims can look very, very different as well, dress differently, have different skin, look very, very different as well.
Did Moses free the Israelis from Egyptian slavery?
Yeah, that's right. He took them out of Egypt to free them, yeah. Because the Pharaoh was a very, very cruel king. I think the Edinburgh Interfaith Association have taken a great project involving primary school children, secondary school children. I think it's very important that kids meet up in smaller groups to ask questions. I think sometimes they find it daunting to ask in a bigger group, and I think that's been really, I've seen that in action today. Kids have been fantastic, they've been very positive, not feeling shy about asking questions. And we've done school sessions before, and it's in a bigger class environment. Sometimes kids get a bit embarrassed, but I found that kids have been really open, and I think they've learnt lots, and you can see they've learnt lots because of the questions they're asking. They're really inquisitive. Some of the kids know some stuff, they perhaps know a Muslim already, and it's great for them to be, and what I saw today was some of the students were Muslims, and they were really proud to talk about their faith. So I think all in all, it's a wonderful project, and I really feel that it should be replicated across all the schools.
Hello, Chocolate. Chocolate, I'm going to teach you about the Jewish kippah. We wear the Jewish skull cap to remind us that God is always above us. So is that okay if I put that on Chocolate? Now may I put this shawl on Chocolate? Okay, and this shawl is used when Chocolate says his prayers. And is Chocolate a him or a her?
Her.
A her, when she says her prayers. And this shawl contains 10 knots that reminds us of the 10 tribes of Israel. But did you know, Chocolate, that some people think there was actually an 11th tribe, the lost tribe of Israel. And do you know who they think the lost tribe of Israel was? Chocolate, they think it was the Scots. Isn't that cute? Yes, they do. Can we have a round of applause for Chocolate, everybody? Great. And now what do we say when you leave a Jewish home? Shalom. 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 Shalom to you. The opportunity today is to show our children in Edinburgh and far beyond how similar all the faith communities are in terms of their values, their beliefs, and their actions in society.
It was quite good. I learned loads of stuff. Like, I didn't know a Muslim had to read 5 times a day. I've learned so much about all the religions today.
I've learned many new things. I quite liked about like the Sikhism and everything, about like how they had like their bracelet and everything, and they had their meaning. I quite also enjoyed that. There's also many other ones that I've never like knew about that I actually got to know. It was actually really fun. Yeah.
Before I came to this, I didn't know much about Sikhism, Christian, or any other religion. I really enjoyed it, and I learned about a lot of Sikhism, and they show a lot of respect, and you don't have to be scared of them when you see a Sikh, and they're really nice.
I learned that Sikhs don't stop growing their hair, so then it's like that, so God made them, and then that makes them they're perfect the way they are, so they don't need to change themselves.
I learned also about the Sikh religion, and even though they look very dangerous, they're nice. They would never hurt anybody or threaten anybody.
I learned that mindfulness is a big part of Buddhism, and like being calm and everything is a big part of Buddhism.
I learned what konga is, I think. It's like to comb your beard and your hair. And as you get older, your hair grows shorter and shorter. And when you're young, your hair is like down to your legs.
It was really good. There was lots of fat, lots of things. It was good.
I've learned that in Pakistani there are like prayers and mosques if you can go in and pray. It was also lots of fun, a lot of facts. I've learned a lot.
I think it was really fun, and I learned a lot about lots of different religions. I got this thing on my forehead over there doing the Hinduism one. I learned the story of Christianity. I found it really interesting and fun because you got to learn about the different religions.
With a roadshow like this, an event like this, it just consolidates that we need to be inclusive. We shouldn't see religion, we shouldn't see culture, we shouldn't see nationality differentiating our people. We are all one.
I found it really interesting and fun because you got to learn about the different religions.